Hey! Today I want to talk to you about this Garmin Instinct watch. What a wonderful watch. Seriously, well, not wonderful physically, because, well, that's my personal opinion, but I think the watch is ugly on the outside. But in the inside, well, that's another story. I bought this watch because I'm kind of new to the world of Garmin. Before I was with Sunto, and since I tried this Garmin Tactics, sorry, I may inverse Tactics and Instinct during the video. I don't know why I inverse them. And since I tried this watch, well, it's an expensive watch. This one is actually 1,600 Canadian dollars. That's a lot of money for a watch, but as I said, I try it, and well, now I don't want any other things. But I wanted to find a watch that I can suggest for anybody that want to purchase a GPS watch, a sport watch. I want to suggest an affordable watch for anybody that can do a lot of things for not a lot of money. And when I did my research, I find this guy, the Garmin Instinct, and on paper it seemed to be a very great watch, and by trying it I can say that, well, it overpassed my expectation. Really, it does a lot of things, and we will see a lot of them in the following minutes, and you got a lot of things for your money. There is one thing, however, it's not possible to have sapphire glass on this watch model. You can't pay an extra money to get a sapphire glass. You just have this regular glass. Why it is important to have a sapphire glass on your watch? It's because it's make it unscratchable. Really, you have to work hard to make a sapphire glass to scratch. But this one is not. So it means that at some point, if you wear it every day and you use it a lot, well, at some point you will have a scratch on it and you will have to live with it. So that's something I don't like about a watch. But, you know, at this price, well, it's fine. It's not too bad. I mean, when you have a watch at $1,600, well, it needs to be scratch proof. You don't want to have a scratch at this price. But, well, I mean, for this one, I think it's fair to not have it. It's fine for me. If you want to watch the price, by the way, I have links in the description. It can take you to many stores, and of course you can buy it with those links. But still, speaking about the glass, there is something I can realize is that there is a big bezel over it, and the glass is under it. So you got a space to protect it. If you hit something, well, you need to hit a corner to get. You need to hit a corner straight into the glass to hit it. Otherwise, if you hit a wall, a door, something like that, the screen is protected because of this huge bezel. And still, speaking about the screen, there is something awesome about this watch. I mean, maybe let's clean it a little bit. I put my finger into it. Well, well, on camera, actually, you don't see it, but with my own eyes, what I like about it is I can watch it from any side and I can read the time very well. You see how clear it is from side. I don't know why you don't see it on face, but actually, don't worry, with your eyes you can see it with your face, but you can see clearly, not on every side on the camera, but with your own eyes you can see it on every side and very clearly. I would even say that I can read it most easily on this cheap watch than on this expensive watch. You can be outside with big sunlights, or you can be inside with minimal light, and you will be able to see the time even without turning on the backlight. So that's a great point for this watch. Before I go further, I have to say I don't know what you want to do as sport with this watch, but the experience I had with this watch, I use it for a full 2 weeks and I play with it for a month before to do this video. And well, when I say I tested really deeply. I did some tutorials video. If you want to see it, still in the description on my other channel, how to. I did some tutorials on it, and by doing it, I did search deeply into the watch and find some really awesome features. But the sport I do with that watch, and with any watch, because that's the sport I do, is hiking, cycling, and walking. So yeah, maybe if you're swimming, you're looking for something else, I give you my experience I had with it, with those 3 sports. One thing that is great with this watch, well, again, if I compare with the Tactics, it's that it's a very, very small watch. So if, by example, I remove that one, well, when I put it on my wrist, I can barely feel it. I can forget that it's there. It's small, it's lightweight, you can forget it's there. I feel there is nothing. Yeah, well, yes, of course, I'm used to have this big watch, so it's normal that it feels to have nothing, but it's really, really small and light. So if you're not used to have a watch, well, that's probably perfect for you. One cons there is about it, however, is that the screen is smaller than a big watch. So, well, of course, the information is smaller, and if you're riding at high speed and you want to have a look, well, it may be harder to see if you go at high speed. And you can also have less information on the same screen. Well, the limit here is 5 information on a screen, which is not that bad. So as you can see, actually, on this page, I've got my heart rate, my actual elevation with a graph for the last hours, the actual time, the battery level, and the date, which is June 17. Another great thing, if you have a big wrist, is that the strap is, well, seems bigger to me to other watch. When I put them side by side, well, you can just see it a bit, but really it feels bigger. When I put it to my wrist, there is more hole for you to have a bigger wrist. So that might be a great point if you have a big wrist and you'll have trouble to find a watch for you. And I think I even see that you can change the strap for a bigger one. Now, another things that I did like a lot from this watch is that you can edit the info you have on your screen at any time, even if you're on a sport mode. So you start your hiking, you are on the mountain, and you realize that you forget to put the vertical speed. And you really want to have this information at this very moment. And you can add it. You press and hold the menu button, you go on the data fields, and you select the data that you want to replace or to add. You can add a new page. You can modify your data fields while you are on the sport or before or at any time. You don't need your phone. You don't need an internet connection. You don't need your computer. You just need your watch, press the menu button and modify it. And if you're in a sport mode and you realize that there is an information that you don't have, it takes about 30 seconds to go in the menu and add it and go out and continue your stuff. That's one thing that I dislike with Suunto. Well, to modify it, I wasn't need to use my phone and not to be into an activity. which is kind of stupid. With this watch, you can edit it at any time. That's wonderful. Now let's talk about the heart rate monitor. This little guy at the back with the green light, that's a wonderful thing. You put it on your wrist, you want to go for a walk, for a ride, or anything, you don't need to put a strap to your chest. You just put it right there at your wrist and voila, you got your heart rate. It works well. You don't have to wear it super tight. As you can see, actually I can pass one finger, maybe two, but well, that's well, yes, one finger. It's not too tight. There's still place for some hair, as you can see, and it works well. I did realize that maybe for the 10 to 15 first minutes, it may be not that precise. When I go for a ride, I start working really hard. I ride really fast. I give my maximum, and I feel at the beginning of the ride that I might pulse at 150, and when I look at my watch, well, sometimes I'm at 110 or maybe 90. But after 10 to 15 minutes, it starts to doing a great job. So I don't know, I don't know what happened in this first 10 to 15 minutes. Maybe if I wear it tighter, I don't know, it would be better. But as the way I wear it, just like that, so I can pass one finger easily, it works very well after 10 to 15 minutes. I did realize that maybe it is because the watch seems to do an average for maybe the past minute or for the past 5 minutes. I don't know what time range of average the watch used. I did realize that it's not a perfect, just right now time. It goes for an average for, I would say, at least 1 minute. Because if I start to ride harder and I can feel my heart work harder, I don't see it right away on the watch, but after 1 or 2 minutes, well, I start to see my heart rate increase. So, well, that's the way it works. But you have to know that the 10 first minute might not be as precise. But after that, if I look on the graph on the Garmin Connect app, the information seems to be more precise after the run. Now, speaking about the heart rate monitor, if you want to use the sleep tracking, you have to know that, you see, the heart rate sensor is those 3 lights. So if you wear it at night, those 3 lights will always be turned on, and you have to wear it on your wrist. Of course, your wrist will hide that light a bit. It does light. Probably that it's because the watch is very small. If I compare with that one, the light is as strong and maybe even a bit stronger, but because the gap between the center of the screen to the edge is bigger, well, this one never bothered me at night. Well, of course, if I take the time to look under my wrist and maybe take the watch a little bit higher above my wrist, well, I will see the light, but with that one, it's just always visible. It's not very bright, but it's visible. So that's a point I did not like. And about the sleep tracking, compared to the Tactics or the Phoenix, well, this watch will give you 1 point more of precision of your night quality. You have the deep sleep, the good sleep. I don't remember exactly, but you have 4 levels You have 4 levels of sleep with that one, and this one only have 3. But, well, that's not too bad. Well, yes, there's one thing I was about to forget. Strangely, it works the first night, but not the following night. So I try it few nights, maybe 3. Yes, I think I'd try it 3 nights. First night works, second and third didn't work. I didn't get any data, and well, I didn't go any further with that. Maybe it was just a bug. I think it works pretty well, but well, I was unlucky and it didn't work for me after the first night. But I'm pretty confident that if I try it again, it will work again. After that, I tried with that watch, and for one more night, it didn't catch my sleep, and then it restarted working. That's a bit weird. Maybe it was because I had several Garmin watch connected to my Garmin account. I don't know, but just want to let you know it works only for one night. Then there's some other features that I was really surprised to see on that watch. See, if I go into the widget, actually I've got the moon phase. It says that today we are June 17 and the moon rise is at 12:04 and the moon set is at 1:04. And we are on the first quarter. And if I get into that info, I can go and see more dates. So if I want to see when is the next full moon, it will be on June 24 and it will last up to June 26. And I can see the moon rise and moon set to any day, and well, that's a great thing. I don't even add it on my tactics. Maybe you don't care about the moon phase, but it's just great that this function is there. And if I keep going on those widgets, there's this one. This one is really awesome. It's the weather. Usually I don't care about the weather at all, except the minute before I go out for hiking, cycling, walking, or anything. I just want to know what I put as clothes to go out right now in the next minute. And well, of course you can take a look at the window, or you can go outside to see what it is. But I'm in Canada, sometimes it's winter, it's very cold outside, you can look and you don't really know. And now I just have to take up my wrist and look at the information, and I know that actually right now it's 21 Celsius outside. That's a great information to have. And even there, if you're going out for cycling, you know you will be out for the next 5 hours. Well, you can have the information hourly. If I hide my face and I zoom in just like that, you can see just right here that you can see for the following hours what the weather will be. And of course you can also have it for the next days, and that's a great feature. You can know if there will be rain. I generally don't use the weather, but now that I got it on my watch and it's just right there, it's quick access, well, I like it. I really like it. Another great thing about this watch is the fact that it has a barometer. You remember at the beginning there is one thing that is essential for me when you buy a watch, is that it has a sapphire crystal screen. Yes, I know this one doesn't have it, but I tell myself that it's fine at this price. But there is one thing that is absolutely important to have on a sport watch, and it's a barometer. Basically, a barometer is a tool that calculates the atmospherical pressure. And why it is important on a sport watch is because when you do elevation, when you do elevation gain, you go on a mountain, it lets you know your altitude. Of course you can get your altitude with the GPS triangulation, but it's not precise. When you combine the GPS triangulation with the barometer, with the atmospherical pressure, well, now you got a very precise information. So if you're hiking and you want to know how much meter you have left to climb, well, it let you better handle the energy you have left. It makes you more prepared for what you have to do. It let you know if you can do it or not. That's a great information to have, and with the barometer, it gives you a very precise information. The atmospherical pressure changes at every meter, and this watch can detect it, and that's just awesome. If I compare with another watch, the Suunto 5, well, this watch is more expensive, more beautiful, but doesn't have a barometer. And the information I get with it as altitude is terrible. I will never use that watch again. This one gives very precise information, and that is very important. However, there is another cons, and it's the battery. It's a small battery. Well, it's normal. It's a small watch, and it's lightweight. So, yes, it got a small battery. The information you can see on the Garmin website is about right. 14 days of battery if you don't use it as a GPS watch. So you just wear it, you got your 24 heart rate, and it will last you about 14 days. However, when you use the GPS, it goes down to 16 hours. That is not a lot. Well, of course, 16 hours is enough to do most activities, unless you do something quite extreme. So that is not too bad. Usually in the weekdays, I do 1 to 2 hours of activity every day. So I had to recharge it after about 5 days. If you calculate the time I wear it, 24-hour sleep tracking and everything with the GPS, well, I have to recharge it about 1 time every week, 1 to 2 times a week. It's not that bad, but I think when I'm going on adventure on my bicycle and I do 12 to 15 hours of activity a day because I'm moving all day and I want to track everywhere I go, well, 16 hours come close. And if I think at the time I need the backlight at night, well, that drains the battery a bit further. So maybe we can go down to 14 hours of battery. That's not enough for me. But if you just want to do quick run, 30 minutes, 1 hour, or just few little activity every day, well, that's perfect. I've just speak about the backlight, and there's one thing that is really great about this watch, and it's the fact that when you got it on your wrist, and the sun is set, it's a condition, sun have to be set, and the watch know if the sun is set accordingly to your position. So if the sun is set at your position, and you have to configure it. It's not like that by default, but you have to. It's easy to do. You go in the menu and at the backlight setting during an activity, and you can set that condition. So if you are into an activity and the sun is set, and you do a quick movement like this, so you can touch your hair, do some stuff, it will not light up. But if you do a strong movement like this, and the watch end face up, like this, when you watch your watch, the backlight will turn on. So, example, you're riding very fast at night in a very dark environment. The only thing you can see is in front of you because you have your front light on your bike to see the road. It's impossible to you to see your watch, but you want to know at what speed you're riding at. So you do this strong movement and you got it. The backlight turn on and you see your speed. Actually, I set it so the backlight turn on for 8 seconds. and it stay on for 8 seconds until the next time I do this strong movement to watch my watch. That's a very handful feature. And there's another very handful feature, and it's the auto climb feature. The auto climb feature lets you, by example again on cycling, if you are riding normally, there is some information I want to see. I want to see my heart rate, I want to see my distance, and I want to see my speed. That's the 3 information I really want to see at every time. But if I start climbing, well, I will still want to see my heart rate, but I will also want to see my altitude, my vertical speed. I will want to see the degree of hill I'm in right now, and maybe some other things. Of course, you can set up many page, and you can swap page with those buttons when you are on an activity. But you can also do it automatically. So there's a condition, and you choose when it happened. So I set it to, I think, 300 meters per hour. So that doesn't mean you need to climb 300 meters. But as soon as you go at a speed of climbing 300 meters per hour, but it can be 4, 5, 6, what you want. As soon as you reach that speed, it will automatically switch to that page so you can monitor your climb. Why not? Why not? The watch have all those tools to know at what speed you're going. So I think it's really smart that they integrate this handful feature in that watch. And well, you do your climb, you can monitor your climb, your grade, and all those stuff. And as soon as you stop climbing, well, it turned back to your screen where you can see your speed and all those stuff. That's really, really smart. And now I want to talk about the GPS precision. Well, I don't have anything to say about it. It's perfect. It works very fine. And I compare it with this watch on the very same activity. And I did the very same distance at some meters close to, it was, I think, 18 kilometers hike with something like 1,500 meters of climb and going down. And both watches give about the same information. So, well, I was wondering if, because this watch is cheaper, if I was going to get not as precise information, and no, both give great information, as much as about the distance, the trajectory on the GPS, and the altimeter. Now let's talk about the map. Of course, there is no map on this watch. That's probably the major things you don't have from this watch on this watch. You don't have a map. You can't see the name street. You can't see where is the river, where is the lake, where is the top of the mountain. You don't have a topography. You don't have anything. You just have a U represented by a small arrow and a line that represent the trajectory you have done in the next hours, in the last hours. And well, that's the only information you have, but that's a great information. If you are lost in the wood, if you are lost in the mountain, if you're lost, you can track back to your starting point. You can come back on your foot because you are able to see it. Or if you have a point of interest recording in the watch, you can know how to reach it in straight line and know at what distance it is. But you don't have a map. But if you combine your watch to your phone, there is the Garmin Explore app. And this is huge. This is huge. The Garmin Explore app will let you download some part of the world. It can be province, states, country, whatever. You can download a part of the world in your phone. So this means that if you are in the middle of nowhere, you don't have internet, you don't have any connection, you still have your map into your phone. And from there, you can create point of interest and send it in seconds to your watch. You can also create itinerary. So I want to start from here and there and send it to the watch. That's fine. Or if you're walking into a mountain and you see a sign for a lodge, you want to reach the lodge, but you don't know where it is because the sign is broken or whatever, you can go on your map here on the phone. Your phone will know where you are, so you will see your point on the app and look around, find the lodge, click on the lodge, and you will have the ability from there to navigate to the lodge with the Garmin watch. So you hit the lodge and you say navigate with the Garmin Instinct, and a few seconds later you will have the itinerary on your watch. You will not see the map, you will not see every trail, but you will see the trail you need to follow. You will not see every junction and everything, but you will see where you need to go and where you need to turn to reach that lodge. You will know how much kilometers left you have to walk. You will know in how many time you will reach it, at what time you will reach it. So no, you don't have the map, but yes, you have the map with the phone. It's a great combination and it's wonderful. That's a major feature for this watch. If you want to do great adventure, or just imagine if you are cycling between two cities far from each other and you want to end the day at this very restaurant in a city at 60 kilometers from here. You take your phone, you find the restaurant, you hit it, you say navigate with the Garmin Instinct, and a few seconds later you have your itinerary right there on your wrist, not on your phone, on your wrist. So you are cycling, and if you've already done this kind of adventure, you know that you always stop at every some kilometers just to make sure that you are still on the right track. You stop your bike, you take your phone, you look where you are, and oh, okay, I'm still on the right track. So you continue, and then you stop, and you watch your phone again. Now, with that feature, you just watch on your watch, and you see where you are, and you just follow the path that is just right there on your watch. And that's a mind-blowing feature. I was doing the editing and I did realize something. I need to make a little correction. In fact, yes, you can follow a course, a route, an itinerary with this watch, but you need to build it with the Garmin Connect app. You can't do it as easily as I said with the Garmin Explore app. I've been confused with the Garmin Tactics, because if I go on the Garmin Explore app and I hit a point and I say navigate to, well, with the Garmin Tactics, because the map is integrated, it will create a path. However, with the Garmin Instinct, it will do a straight line. Unless you say create a route, and then you point manually each street corner you need to go to follow that route. So no, it's not that easy to do a route to a point on the map unless you don't care about going in straight line. Or to take the Garmin Connect app, which need internet to get the map. So yes, you can create a route. You can create it. You can create it with the Garmin Explore app, but you're gonna have to do it manually to point each place you want to go. And if you got the Tactics, well, in this case, you can just hit the place where you want to go and navigate to, and the watch will automatically calculate the trajectory you have to follow. You remember at the beginning I said the watch is ugly. Well, I still think the watch is ugly, but the color is also ugly. That's the charcoal one. I like sober watch. As you can see, this one is very dark. I take the darkest one available for this model, and it's sad that it's not possible to just get it in black. Well, of course, well, yes, you can get it in black, but you will need the tactical edition. And the tactical edition is not as cheap. You will get some other features that probably you don't care about, and you will pay a lot of money more to get it. You have a surf edition, you have a gaming edition, you have a solar edition, but you will pay a lot more money to get it. And well, about the Instinct, that's the only model that I'm able to tell you, yes, if you don't want to put a lot of money in a watch, take this one. But just take the base model. If you have more money to put into a watch, don't take this one. Go for a Phoenix or go for a Tactics. If you really don't have problem with your budget to buy a watch, buy a Tactics. Well, of course, the only cons this watch can have, it's because it's a big watch. So if you don't care about the fact that it's big, or if you're looking for a big watch, go with the Tactics. But if you don't have not a lot of money to put into a watch, go with the Instinct, but just go with the small version. Otherwise, you will pay more money and still you won't have a sapphire crystal. So yes, at this price, with no sapphire crystal glass, I mind less about the fact that it can be scratched. But at maybe $500, $600 it can go with the other version. No, I'm not ready to put that amount of money on a watch that will end up to be scratched one day. That's my way to see things. So just go with the basic model. Oh, there is this other feature that is great. If you're using music from your phone, maybe if you're running and you have your headset and you listen to your music, well, now you don't have to take your phone out of your, I don't know, of your shirt to skip the music. You can do it straight on the watch. You go on the music application, and with those 3 buttons, you can navigate to skip, previous, play, pause, and volume up and down. And that's quite easy to do. So, well, you can do those things with that watch. Still, it's incredible all the things you can do with a cheap watch like this one. There is also that feature that lets you find your phone. So in 5 seconds you can reach the option. Well, I'll do it. I hold it and I press here, and I put my phone on airplane mode so I can do that video without being disturbed. Let's turn it on. Yeah, it says phone connection required. Is it connected? Find my phone. There it is. And you can do the reverse. So you can go into the Garmin Connect app and make your watch ring. So I'm the kind of guy who lost his phone quite often, and well, I use these features a lot. So find my phone, it rings, I find it perfect. The reach is not that far, maybe 5 to 10 meters. So maybe if you have a big house, it won't work from end to end. Even here, I'm in a condo, a small condo. Well, not that small, but not that big. And well, from a hand to another, if I make it ring, it doesn't work. So I have to start the feature and then move around, and at some point it starts to ring. So, well, still, it make it easier to find. So yeah, that's basically it for the Garmin Instinct. And as I told you, I buy this watch after this one just because I was looking for a watch that can do all that I need a watch to do. And this one does. And I'm quite surprised that by playing with it, that to realize that the Instinct is like a Tactics with the smaller battery, without map, in a plastic case, without sapphire crystal, smaller. And yes, of course, this one is really more expensive and you get what you pay for. But I'm really surprised at the quantity of things that watch can do. So yes, it's a bit like a tactics in a cheaper case. And there's something that it can't do as a tactic, but it's normal. But most of the impressive things that I find on the tactics are on the instinct. So yes, really, that's the watch I can suggest to anybody that doesn't have too much money to put on a watch. Don't buy a Fitbit, don't buy a Apple Watch or a Samsung Watch. Those kind of watch are toys. This is a tool. This is a tool that can save your life if you're lost in nature. That's a navigation tool. That's a sport watch. That's a real tool to go outside and monitor your stuff, and that's a real navigation tool. Those other watch are not. And when I say those, it's the Apple Watch, Samsung Watch, Fitbit, and those little toys. That's the bare minimum you can purchase if you want a real sport watch. If you want to put more money, don't take the other version of this watch. Go for a Phoenix, go for a Tactics. But with this one, you will have fun. You will have precise information. And well, that's it. That's a very great watch if you don't have too much money to put into a watch. So if you have a question, do not hesitate. Ask me in the comment. I always enjoy to reply. And we'll see you soon in the next few weeks for my full review about the Garmin Tactics. Take care and see you soon. So this is it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy. And if you need help to find this product online, please see my links in the description. And finally, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel so you can find me back easily next time you're looking for a great review video. See ya!